Hi, welcome to the channel. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if you're new here, my name is Emma and this is Destination FBA. So I've uploaded lots of videos over the past few months just to share my journey as an Amazon seller and share lots of support and advice as well. I also share this journey via our Facebook group, which I'll pop a link to below. Please do feel free to jump in, speak to other sellers about Amazon, ask any questions. Everybody's there to help and support you. So in my previous video I spoke about retail arbitrage for beginners, so today I want to talk about online arbitrage. So what is it, how can we get started, where do we source our items from, and how do we know if something is a good deal? And so let's start off with what is online arbitrage. So you may remember with retail arbitrage we go into a physical store and this is where we do our sourcing and purchasing of our products. Now with online arbitrage we're going to do all this sourcing, all this purchasing online. So this can be done really easily from the home or the office and you just have everything delivered to you. So a lot of people prefer this to RA as you can do it anytime, anywhere, so long as you have an internet connection. Now these purchased products are then sold on an online marketplace, and in this case it's the Amazon marketplace via the FBA program. So I purchase items that are either clearance or low price and I sell them at a higher price, so I make a substantial profit after all my fees are taken out. Now in this case my fees are my Amazon FBA fees, and that includes the storing, the handling and the shipping of my goods from Amazon directly to my customers. Now as an example, I recently purchased a doll's baby rocker at £10.80. This then sold at £33.90. So after all my fees were taken care of, I made a profit of £13.28 on each unit. Now this gave me an amazing return on investment of 147.5% and a profit margin of 39.2%. I'd purchased 10 of these in total, so I came away with a nice profit of £132.80. So I like to try and keep my profit margin to a minimum of 20% and my return on investment to a minimum of 40% on average. So for me this was a really good buy. So now let's take a look at how we can get started. So whether it's online arbitrage or retail arbitrage that you're wanting to do, the first step is to open an Amazon seller account. Now this is a really easy process and you'll have two options. So you can either have an individual account or a professional account. Now the individual account is designed for those who are not too sure yet what they want to sell and plan on selling less than 35 items per month. And for this plan you'll just pay a fee per item sold. If you're planning on taking Amazon seriously, I would recommend you start straight off with a professional account. This will allow you to sell more than 35 items a month, and it also allows you to sell in restricted categories too. You can also advertise your products and you can use the advanced selling tools within Seller Central. Now for this plan you'll be paying £25 a month plus VAT along with additional selling fees per unit. So once you're all set up and you've been approved as an Amazon seller, you'll now need to download the Amazon Seller app. So this is the free app that you'll be using to start off with to analyse all of those deals. You may find to start with that you're restricted from selling certain items, so it may be certain brands, toys, vitamins or groceries. Now to be able to sell these items you're going to need to go through a process known as ungating. So this is just a very simple process where you need to purchase 10 of the same item from a wholesaler and provide that wholesale invoice to Amazon. Now I have done a separate video on this, so again do go back, take a look at that because it will help you out. Amazon just wants to make sure that all those items that are on the marketplace are safe and they are genuine. You don't need to worry too much about what you can and can't sell, as when you scan any item with either the Seller app or with BuyBot Pro, these softwares will tell you straight away. So before you make any purchases, you will know whether or not you can sell that item. So where should I source my products from? Now the best thing about OA is you can do it anywhere at any time so long as you have a device and an internet connection. Now when you first start off it can feel a bit harder than RA, but I would suggest you maybe look at high street retailers, well-known brands just to get you started. So places like Currys, Argos, Smith's Toy Store, Asda, Boots. There are so many places you can start. Look through their clearance and sales sections and see what you can find. Now sometimes you can get end-of-line items at a really good price that will give you an amazing profit and return on investment. So some great places I love to purchase from, and I do so on a very regular basis, are Boots, Superdrug and Smith's Toy Store. Now the only problem you may have here is ordering in bulk. Now Smith's Toy Store especially will only allow you to add 3 of any one item to your basket. Even if it's a buy one get one free item, you can't purchase 4, you can only have the 3. So what I tend to do is buy 3 for home delivery and then I order 3 for a store pickup when I'm in town next doing RA. Boots are very well known for cancelling large orders, so just be careful of how much you're putting into that basket. You'd be better to just do a few smaller orders. Now I found if you order no more than 6 to 8 of the same item, that generally works quite well. So how do I know if something is a good deal? So going back to that rocker I spoke about earlier, 147% return is amazing. For me that is a really good deal. So as I said, I have a 20% minimum profit margin I work on and a 40% minimum return on investment. Now I do know people that will set this much lower, but also other people will set this much higher. It all depends on your personal choice and what profit and returns you want to get for yourself. It's not always possible to hit these minimums. Sometimes I do get a bad buy and I have no choice but to drop that price, sometimes just breaking even just to get my original investment back again. Now this could happen if I haven't analysed a deal properly, or if since buying that deal a lot of other sellers have jumped on the listing, or Amazon themselves have jumped on the listing and I just cannot compete on that pricing. So another thing to be aware of is the BSR. Now if you don't know what this is yet, it's bestseller rank and it basically tells you how well an item is selling. You need to make sure anything you buy has a reasonably good BSR. Now it's pointless buying an item that has a great profit margin and an amazing return on investment if the product is just not selling. Always take a look at that historical data and just be sure of what you're buying. If you send in slow moving or out of season items, you risk them sat on Amazon shelves, potentially costing you a lot of money in long-term storage fees. So when you scan an item on either the Amazon Seller app or on BuyBot Pro, you'll be able to enter your cost for that item. Amazon will then estimate your fees and tell you the profit you can expect to receive. Now you can also see how many other sellers are on the listing and whether Amazon are on the listing too. Now this could just help you to make a decision on whether or not you're going to purchase that product. So if you're making money after you've taken out all of your costs and you're happy with that profit that you're getting, whether or not something is a good deal comes down to the individual seller. It's all about the margins that you want for yourself. Now when we're talking about costs, I'm talking things like the boxes, the poly bags, tape. It all needs to be accounted for somewhere. Now it can be really difficult when you're setting out and you may struggle to find good deals. Now this is a point where you need to broaden your horizons and start looking at new suppliers that you perhaps wouldn't have done previously. There are literally thousands and thousands of companies out there. You just need to take the time to search them out. Now if you do find a supplier that's really good, you find some amazing deals, add them to a list and then you can keep going back to them at a later date. This will just save you a little bit of time in the future. Now also keep an eye on sites like 10 Ways and Facebook groups that share deals and clearance items. Sometimes you can get some end-of-line items at absolutely rock bottom prices and make a huge profit on them. So I hope that's helped to just explain some of the basics and just give you a few ideas of where to start looking. Any questions at all, please do jump in the Facebook group or pop a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. For now, thank you for watching, take care and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.